Hey everyone, I want to make a quick video about the Amazon Basics sound deadener. In Chris's testing back about 2 years ago, it did pretty well as a good value. It wasn't an overall amazing performer, but relative to its price, it was pretty good. So a lot of people are using it that are on a budget. And back then, about 2 years ago, I remember it being labeled and advertised as 90 mil thick. Recently, a customer of mine, not like on purpose, but just pointed out that his material that he had from Amazon was about 70 mil thick. And I was kind of intrigued by that. And then I went to the listing and I noticed they no longer advertised 90 mil thickness. So what I did was I purchased 3 different packaging sizes that they offer, and I want to test thickness of them. I purchased one a little bit earlier, which I posted on the deadening group, and it came out to, in fact, 70 mil. That was this, let me flip this. That was this first pack. That was the 34 pieces that are, this smaller size. Then it's the same size, but a 10-piece pack. And then there's the 9-piece pack of the larger material. So take a look at how they measure, and bear with me, it's a little bit awkward of a position to really get in here and do this. So this is the first pack. This is the 34 piece. So I have my calipers set to thousandths of an inch, which is mil, not millimeter, but mils. Mil stands for 1,000th of an inch. And let's see, I can't really see. So this is when I flatten it out and get it good. Yeah, we're at 70 mil. 70 mil on the dot, about. And then the backing paper. Again, I don't know if you guys can see this. This is 4 mil. So total, with the backing paper is about 70 mil, and the backing paper is 4 mil. So we have about 66 mil thickness total on the product. You know what? Let's see what the aluminum measures out to. Let me peel up a corner here. And people have mentioned that the butyl and aluminum separate very easily. And I am finding that to 100% be the case. I don't know if that's a bad thing. I don't know if it doesn't matter. I've never experienced it before. Doesn't smell like there's any tar or anything in it. So the aluminum is 4 mil thick. It is again, I don't know if you could see that. That's a 4 mil thick aluminum. So, it seems like it's a 60 something mil thick butyl layer and a 4 mil thick aluminum constraining layer. Let's see what the smaller 10 pack is. Same size, so it's probably the same product, just in less amount per package. So we are at 70 and a half. Let's see, 70 and a half mil. Little tolerance, it could be just how I'm measuring them, where small, very small differences, but definitely not 90 mil thick like they used to advertise back when Chris originally purchased it and did the testing. Backing paper is, let's see if it's the same. Yeah, it's the same 4 mil thick backing paper. And now one of the ones I am interested in is the bigger 9-piece pack, because when I opened it, I immediately, as soon as I opened it, I immediately noticed that's thinner. So let me grab a piece, and this is also the one that most people are probably using. I doubt people are really using the smaller ones as much, or at least the people that care. All right, guys, bear with me. It's going to be a little awkward because the sheet is so big. but I'm just gonna do it right here. And sure enough, oh, we are at, I'm trying to get it, give me 1 second. I saw about 60 mil. I don't know if you guys could see that. Trying not to bend it. About 60 mil. 60 mil thick on the larger sheets. That is not 90 mil when Chris did his testing. So either one of two things happened. Actually, let me test the paper real quick. Yeah, it's the same 4 mil thick paper. Let me see if the aluminum's any different. I doubt it, because that's the one part you really, when manufacturing these, like, that's the one part that you kind of want to keep consistent for the sake of supply chain cleanliness, I guess you could say. I don't know the right term for it, but yeah, it's the same 4 mil aluminum. So my theory is one of two things happened. One, they were advertising a 90 mil thick product when it was never 90 mil thick, and they just used it as marketing because they didn't think people would check. And it turns out this is actually, Chris's testing showed as good as it is, and that's it. I think that is less likely, because why would anyone at Amazon even know to do 90? I think they were just listing it based on the specs of the manufacturer. What I think happened is probably the quote-unquote shrinkflation, because it is much easier to just call up your manufacturer and say, hey, can we just make this a little bit thinner so we can cut our costs a little bit and reduce our price a little bit, which they have done over the years. This used to be a little bit more expensive, and it's now cheaper than ever. And I think they did that by reducing its thickness. I can't say for sure, but actually I kind of can, because when I posted the first photo in the Deadening group, and I said, hey, does anyone else remember when Amazon used to advertise this as 90 mil thick? Chris, the person who does the testing, actually pulled out his batch and it measured 80 mil thick. So it could possibly be a combination of the two, where it wasn't 100% up to spec, but it definitely was thicker than the current products that I have sitting right here. So for those that are banking on the performance of Amazon Basics, to be exactly what Chris's testing has shown, I would, take it with a grain of salt, because it doesn't look like things are the same, number one. And number two, it also looks like they have two different thicknesses. So, or their manufacturing tolerances are all over the place. Who knows? I have no idea. I wouldn't put it past them to just churn out whatever, because it's Amazon Basics, but I don't know. Make up your own minds. And yeah, I guess maybe we'll try to get Chris to do testing on, these new versions of Amazon Basics. So let me know what you guys think. If anyone in, watching this has used Amazon Basics and maybe has some left over, maybe grab a set of calipers and measure it and let me know in the comments. Let's talk about it, because again, everyone seems to be thinking it's a great value, and that's fine if it is. Anyone who's an Amazon Basics customer is frankly probably not a Resonix customer, so it doesn't really bother me. But I still think that people should understand what they are purchasing, and they shouldn't be deceived based on a change up in manufacturing. So let's talk about it.